What's up, losers? It's fucking last place Bryan here. Last place fucking Giants. Everyone sucks. I need to wear the fucking paper bag because the Giants suck. My team sucks. Fucking fantasy football season sucks. NFL sucks. Let's get into it. We'll start with the last place fucking team here. 65 to 108. Of course, it's the stupid Tidmarsh. Fucking 65 points. And now T. Higgins like broke his rib or whatever. What the hell is going on? Look at my team. Not a single touchdown. They fucking suck. We get to the full freaking preview box score. So here, let's recap these idiotic scores. So my team, nothing from Tua, puts up 1,000 touchdowns the first 3 weeks. I get him. He's garbage. Miles Sanders, nothing. Etienne, nothing. George Pickens, nothing. T. Higgins, nothing. George Kittle, nothing. For fucking 35 points, and he does nothing. Brandon Ayuk actually did a good job. So he's trying. Steelers defense, 0. Not even nothing. Sack, anything? Come on. On my bench, a bunch of nothing as well. I don't think anybody on my team scored a touchdown. Over on Tid's team, 108, not a huge score. You would have lost to pretty much every team but me and a couple others. Herbert did pretty much what he was projected. Bijan, same thing. James Cook, again, about what he was projected. Devontae Smith, again, close to his projection. See that, guys? Just do what you're projected. That's all I'm asking. You don't have to go crazy. Just do what you're supposed to do. Chris Olave, garbage. Darren Waller, cut all the Giants. Cut them. Just drop him, delete, get him off your team. We suck. Terry McLaurin, pretty good game. Eagles defense, something. His bench didn't do anything. Yeah, just a terrible performance. 65? What the fuck? All right, now that that's out of the way, I apologize for their profanities. Let's get to the next week 4 wrap up here. So Cassiano actually had the league or this week's high score. So McCaffrey put up 51. I think he was like 1 touchdown away from the record. He also got a big day from Shane or however you say his name. Russell finally did good, but he's been pretty bad. DK, CD, decent games. Tight end, 1.1, not great. And Calvin Ridley did all right over there in London. And the Bengals did all right. But really, 50 and 30, that was more than enough. Just those two guys to beat Pittman, who struggled as well. Patrick Mahomes, pretty down week. What was the stat? Like, that was the first ever time a quarterback had more yards, touchdowns, less interceptions than him in any game in like his entire life, which is kind of insane. Also had a decent day from Swift, Waddle and Judy below average, Travis Kelce a little bit below average, and then nothing from Debo because McCaffrey took all the touchdowns. And the Niners needed 1 point. So, even if you doubled it up, you're not quite there, but still better than me. Let's move on to the next matchup here. Already got it up. We got Josh Allen, who had a day, 38. Madison, terrible. Kenneth Walker. The Giants suck. You should play everyone against the Giants and never play a Giant. That seems to be the winning formula. He almost had that rolled over touchdown for like 70 yards on like the first play. So that kind of unlucky there. AJ with 41 and Puka Nacua with 34. I believe you're the only team with 3 30-pointers, although I'll double check my notes. So that's a good recipe for success. And Hunter Henry, decent. Gabe Davis also pretty good. And the Chiefs with 4. So very solid day. Absolutely crushed your projection, but huge days from 3 people. Great job. Nicky O on the other side here. Gino, surprisingly only 9 points. Again, what did he do? He blew his knee out, but he would have had probably 30 if he stayed in that game. James Conner also a down week, but the Niners defense is legit. Kyron Williams with 30.7, huge day. Devontae with a pretty good day, although below his projected. Michael Pittman, I had him in a couple of leagues. He fucking sucks. Cole Kmet, huge day. DeAndre below average, and the Colts D. 108 again, not a gigantic score, but certainly probably you weren't going to beat the highest scoring team. So unlucky. It's all about matchups, they say, right? Let's go to the next matchup here. So we got Jackson versus Murphy. Jackson takes away Murphy though with the 119. Again, matchup sport. Just unlucky with the matchup. Jackson did double Jackson combo. Decent day. Josh Jacobs finally getting on track. Huge day. Kamara back. Pretty big day. St. Brown I believe he's still hurt or questionable or something like that. He didn't practice today again, but a decent day again around their projections. Again, if you're getting around your projections, you're in a good spot. Evan Ingram, solid. Tank Dell, I know he was a hot waiver ad, but didn't do much, even in a big win, which was a little surprising. And then Seattle's defense. Again, if you have the Dolphins defense, you're putting up 27 on defense, so you got a good shot to win every week. Or an embarrassment. If there was a minor leagues, they would send us down there, the whole team. So on the other side, Jordan Love, again, about what he was projected, about what he was projected. Not a great day. Huge day from Diggs, 34 or 39, excuse me. Actually, the highest score of the matchup. Atwell, below average. Fryermuth, well below average. Zach Moss, below average. The Cowboys defense, a huge total. But yeah, the difference here was the running backs. I mean, you got, what is that, 17 and 47, 46, that's 48. That's a huge difference. Even with the wide receivers, you know, again, here, what do you got? 30 and 50, 45, something like that. But yeah, I mean, Jackson, good week. And I take a look at the benches. Actually, his bench did pretty good too. Left about 30 points from Fields, but you never playing Fields in that situation. Let's go on to the fourth matchup here, or fifth matchup. We got Etimos versus Nolan. Daniel Jones. I mean, there's got to be someone on the waiver wire better than Daniel Jones. I mean, seriously, you could just probably start knowing and you have a better chance of doing better than fucking Daniel Jones. Rashad White, a little bit below what he was projected. Herbert, big day. Keenan Allen, not as big as last week. Watson, decent day. Hawkinson, down week. Garrett Wilson actually did pretty well. Even Zach Wilson looked decent in that game, and then the Patriots defense, only 3, they got obliterated. On the other side, Anthony Richardson, again, when he plays, looks like he's going to be a dual threat, so looking good early returns. Terrible running back performance. Chase and Jefferson carried you, and then good from Ertz, good from Palmer, and Saints defense. So really the difference was your wide receivers did better than his, and your quarterback did better than his quarterback. So that was really the difference. Daniel Jones, I mean, easily cost you if he was just an average day, you know, another 10 points, you're right in it. Finally, we got Kyle versus Pete. Kyle wins this one again, 107, kind of that average to below average score this week. Came up a little short. Hurts did good. Henry did great. Mostert did bad. Hill did bad for him. Cooper, nothing. Yeah, this trade looks not great for either of us. And then Andrews balled out. Ravens defense had a great day. So, I mean, I would say this, you know, these scores here, the 26 from Hurts, 27 from Henry, 5, 10, 2, that would probably average out to close to what they were projected. But the big difference was Mark Andrews in your defense. On the other side, Jake Ferguson and the Bucks well below that number. Cortland Sutton had a decent day. Huge day for Nico Collins, but really nothing else. I mean, Kirk Cousins with 9.5, pretty underwhelming, although he's been kind of balling this year. Javonte, nothing, and then Brian Robinson did better than he was projected, but still not enough to kind of put you over the edge. So big difference here in quarterback and tight end. Otherwise, it was pretty even matchup. On the benches here, actually, DJ Moore, that would have helped, but Kyle also had David Montgomery, who he didn't put in that trade. But it didn't cost him. So those are the matchups. Sorry for the delay. Good luck to everybody this week. And moral of the story, play anybody who's facing the Giants and never play a Giant. And you'll do well. Easy fantasy advice. Thanks, everyone.